All right, YouTube is up. I'm sorry, YouTube. I apologize, YouTube, and I apologize to everyone on Facebook for the microphone not working. The uh, the two little guys were absolutely battery drained. Let me get the sun back in there. There we go. Now it actually has blue. Well, it did have blue sky back there. Anyway, let's restart this, and I'll try and do it. I'll try and do because I was 90% done when it bombed out. So again, I apologize for that. I hope everyone had a really nice weekend. I know there was gnarly weather in the central U.S. Up north, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. So I hope everyone stayed safe. Wisconsin, all that. They closed fairs early and stuff. It was pretty rough. So hopefully everyone was safe. Down here, it is absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I'll duck out of the way so you can see the blue sky. Maybe it'll go blue sky. There it goes. Yeah, beautiful blue sky, a few clouds. It's actually really nice. It's like 85 degrees, and there's a nice breeze coming in. It feels really nice. Okay, Liz, thank you. YouTube looks good and sounds good. Finally, YouTube's working. Now I just need the other stuff to work. There's a lot of technology going on all at once. So when something bombs out, it's very hard. So the things I wanted to talk about were changes. And like I was just talking about with the nice breeze coming in off the Gulf, the changes that you're going to do in your life, there's been other changes that affect everyone. And one of the things, okay, Liz, thank you very much for the update. That's awesome. One of the changes that we all worked with was the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico changeover thing, and that happened a few months ago. And there were a lot of people that were bent out of shape about it going to Gulf of Mexico. There were a lot of people that were bent out of shape about it, or not being Gulf of Mexico. A lot of people bent out of shape about, going to Gulf of America, whatever. No matter your position on any of that, it was a change. And it was a change that the government did, and the cartographers and the USGS and all this stuff. And it was actually planned years ago. And so they make this change, and everyone gets very upset, and it's hard on society because, does your friend want Mexico or America? What does he want? You're never quite sure. But it turns out that it actually doesn't matter. It's not a huge thing. At the time, it was a huge issue. But months later, I will tell you that living down here in Florida, 98% of the people refer to it as the Gulf. That's it. There's no naming of it or anything. So when you're talking with people, you're like, oh yeah, we were out on the Gulf, or no, we're headed to the Gulf. That's the nomenclature that everyone's been using ever, as far as I know, for an extremely long time, but definitely since I've been down here and even since it's been named. So it turns out to be not that huge of an issue. And honestly, it doesn't affect me in any way. My position on it is name it however you want. Like I said, you can call it, the Hercule Durkle water pit. I don't care. It's that, just don't make me spell that out in a geography test. So those changes are something that we all had to deal with. And how we dealt with it is, kind of up to us. And it was, for some people it was scary at first. It was okay at first. But that change came, and here we are. We're all still here. We're all still okay. And the reality of it, what happened in the end was everyone still calls it the Gulf. So it really didn't make any sort of massive change to anything. So when it comes to your personal life and the things that I'm doing, these huge changes, they can be scary. They can be really scary. when you do the smaller changes in your life, like if you stop eating sugar, or if you're walking 1 mile every day, or whatever it is, if you get a pet, that's a change, and it's a big step. And the first step is definitely the biggest, and the first step is the hardest. But you commit to this change, and then the rest of the steps are actually pretty easy. So it's that first one that's like a million feet tall, and then getting up to that next one. Then the rest of them are actually pretty easy. You have to make that commitment to make that change. And even though it's scary, you make that commitment to yourself to make that change, because you know that the outcome is going to be better after the change. It's not going to happen overnight. Well, sometimes it happens overnight, but usually it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a while for that change to take effect and to show results. So the easy way to do it, to figure out if you really need to do that change, is to look at your happiness level. And if your happiness level is low, then look at, change options. And I think a lot of us we believe we're happy, but we're actually just comfortable. And we get into this comfort zone, and the comfort zone can be really wide or it can be very narrow. It sort of depends on the person. But you get in this comfort zone, and I liken it a lot to the Goldilocks story, where you have 3 beds. You have one bed that's too hard, and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. You have one bed that's too soft, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that. And then you find the one bed that's just right, and that's where you stay. And you stay in that comfort zone, and you'll make concessions, and you'll make sacrifices, and you make compromises just so you can stay in that comfort zone. But those concessions and compromises and everything take away from your happiness. And that's the hard part. And that's when you need to look and see if a change is necessary. So is a change necessary? I can't decide that for you. That is entirely up to you. For me, absolutely. That happiness had the bottom had fallen out of it. So I have to bring all of that back up, and I need to do huge changes in order for it to happen. It's terrifying. It's really scary, because a lot of the stuff you don't want to do. It's not like it's not like winning the lottery. I'd like to do that. It's not pleasant, and that's the hard part. That's where it gets really scary. I'm fortunate enough that I have absolutely really fantastic friends that I talk to in person, and I texted, and I talk to on the phone. And I have a support group. I have people backing me up on these changes. And, I talk to them about it, and they're like, yes, this is going to be the best thing for you. Yes, there's great things ahead. Make that change and bring that level of happiness back in your life. And the cherry on top is that it's August, and this is like my least favorite month, and I don't want to do any of this shit, but I have to. And it's like cleaning toilets. You have to, as clean as you want to keep them. Even the guest bathroom. How the hell does the guest bathroom toilet get dirty? I don't have any guests over here. How the hell is it getting dirty? So it's one of those things you have to do it in order to get that happiness level back. And I'm incredibly grateful for my close friends, the ones that I've talked to about this, and the ones that are going to back me up. And it's very easy when you make these huge changes for people to just fall by the wayside. Everyone would be like, I don't want to talk to that guy. He's kind of jacked up, and he's doing all this weird stuff, and I don't know what the hell's happening. A lot of people will do that, and that's another scary part. You lose friends, you lose loved ones, whatever. Family even will be like, nope, don't want to deal with that. So prepare. That could very well happen, and it sucks, but it's part of it. And maybe those people come around. Maybe they don't torch the bridge, but you have to do what's right for you, and you have to make these changes in order to get that happiness. And it's insanely difficult. It's difficult on a myriad of levels. Like I said, we don't want to get out of that Goldilocks just right bed. We're comfy there. It's good. We can eat mac and cheese and watch Netflix, and yeah, we're great. That only lasts so long. That really does only last so long. So make the change, better your life, do what you need to do, not what you want. I guess it is what you want to do, but it's what you need to do in order to bring that happiness back to, try to get it to 102%. Try. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm maintaining that 51% right now. So I'm shooting for 100. Absolutely shooting for 100, and I'll make the changes necessary. This first one, yeah, the first one's the hardest. The rest of them are equally difficult, but they have to get done. And it's like third grade spelling bee. You have to do it. You don't want to get up there and spell the word good incorrectly, like I did. I'm not kidding. Second grade spelling bee in the gymnasium at where was it? It was West Yellowstone Elementary School. It was in a gymnasium, and there's 150 kids or whatever, and the word is good. And you have to say the word, spell it, and say it again. And I get up there, and I'm just like, good. Good. Godo, good. That's a true story. Can double check with my brother, because he almost peed his pants laughing. So, yeah. Anyway, just a heads up for everyone. Watch for those changes. You guys will probably see it in my demeanor, and I'll probably be doing other stuff, nonverbal stuff. Maybe you'll see it in that. Definitely let me know if you see it. And if you see me happier, let me know. If you see me not happier, let me know, and I'll make adjustments to whatever I'm doing in order to get happier. So I appreciate everyone. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I really hope everyone had a nice weekend. It was a rainy weekend here. That's why we didn't do any lives, because it was just pouring rain yesterday. So we'll enjoy the sunshine today, and we'll go have a kick-ass week. I hope everyone has an awesome week. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Give me a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far, far more important for you and you. It's part of your happiness. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you. We'll catch you later this week. All right. Thanks. Hey, Chris. All right. We'll talk to you folks soon. Thanks. All right. Thanks, everyone.